Today is my birthday. I've reached the grand old age of 66. When I started work back in the 70s, I was supposed to retire at 65, and when my wife started work, she was supposed to retire at 60. And over the time, these two ages of retirement have changed. So women of that generation have been robbed of 6 years pension, and I've been robbed of one. And this pension age is going to change over the years coming. I think the generation behind us aren't going to retire until they're 67, and I think people of my daughter's age, late 30s, are going to have to work until they're 70. I get the distinct impression that this government, and probably future governments, don't want you to have a state pension. By the time you're due for your state pension, they're hoping that you're dead. Now, to get your state pension, if you haven't already reached that age, you now have to apply for it. You have to tell the Inland Revenue that you would like your pension, because apparently some people don't want it. They want to defer it to a later age. So if you want your pension on your due date, you have to apply for it, which is a little bit of a rigmarole. It's not difficult, but you have to say, yes, I want my pension, yes, this is my name, this is where I live, this is the last time I got married. They know all this anyway. It's just another hurdle to get over to get your pension. I mean, why not make it the other way? Because most people would want their pension. Why not get them to fill a form in if they want to defer it? What I would suggest, if you're young enough, is to start your own private pension and try and retire when you want, rather than when the government tells you. I managed to retire at 57 back in 2014, and I shut my doors of my photo studio, sold all my camera equipment. I actually gave my studio lighting to a friend of mine at the time. 4 studio lights, all the equipment that goes with it, the brollies, soft boxes, radio triggers, gave him the lot. And my idea was that I was going to put my feet up, have days out, and within 12 months I got bored with it, and decided to go back, take some photos of Liverpool, and basically I suppose that's how all this started. So after selling a load of really expensive camera equipment, I ended up buying back some very very expensive camera equipment. But yeah, I think the moral of the story is that you need a purpose. You need a purpose to get up in the morning. My dad retired early. It wasn't something which he really planned over the years, but things changed where he was working. Worked there pretty much all of his life, and things in the 1980s started to change, and he was offered an early retirement package, and he took it. And I can't remember exactly how long it was, but in less than a year he had died. And he's not the only person who I've known to suddenly die after retiring from a job. When I got an engineering apprenticeship, the guy who took me under his wing was a fella called Harold, and he was coming to the end of his working life, and by the time I'd come out of my time, he was just about to retire, and I asked him what he was going to do, and he says, I don't know, probably sleep. And within 6 months he died as well. Now I know what you're thinking, Jeff, it's you. You have this effect on people. But no, I think if you retire and just plan to put your feet up without a purpose, I think it can be the end of you. And I don't really mean this to be a morbid video, because that's not the point. Now, if you hadn't guessed already, this is Woolton Wood, and this is the walled garden. A couple of teenage lads came up to me, and they said, well, one of them said, I love your videos. And I was quite shocked, because I thought my audience was sort of my age, but these two teenagers had been watching my channel, and they liked the videos about the docks. So I was quite shocked at that, and if you're watching this, thank you very much. But I've also had quite a few internet chats with people over the recent past, and they've been quite interesting as well. Now, the other thing that has started happening is that when I walk around Woolton, which I've done for a long, long time, I get some funny looks now. And I don't know if it's just, I don't know, maybe I walk around with my fly undone, but get some strange looks, you know, as if it's, that's him. Weird. But if someone would have said to me when I was in my teens or early 20s, probably even in my 30s and 40s, that there would come a time when I wander around talking to myself, and sometimes turning into a silhouette like now. Yeah, if someone had said you're going to wander around various places of Liverpool one day talking to yourself, I wouldn't have believed them. This is probably the most difficult bit. Just standing around or walking along and talking to yourself. You know, I watch other people's channels and they do a similar thing. But it's something you have to get used to. And it's a hurdle you have to get over. Plane going over now. Yeah, it's a weird thing to walk around just nattering to yourself, and it doesn't look like that to the viewer, because when you say this, I'm talking to you, but when it's being made, there's just me and people taking a dog for a walk, and a couple up there just chilling out. So yeah, it does take some getting used to. If you noticed, the way I film has changed from the first video. I think my wife now has watched the Woolton video 200,000 times. It's the most viewed video on the channel, Woolton Village. And I cringe when I see it, or when someone else has watched it, because personally I don't like it. There's quite a few videos on the channel that I don't like, and if I had the chance to do them again, I would do, and I think they would be different and better, because it's like most things that you do in life. The more you do something, the better you become. And I think when I made the first few videos, I didn't appear on them at all. It was just a voiceover, and I quite like that idea. But as time's gone on, I've appeared a little bit more and a little bit more, and I've kind of got used to it, I suppose. If you've never been down here, this is the bottom end of Woolton Wood, where it meets. Over there, near the trees, Camp Hill. When I was a kid, we used to come down here on homemade go-karts made out of bits of wood, pram wheels, and pick up a fair bit of speed coming down these hill, or this hill, or the Camp Hill hill. Sometimes 2's up as well, even more speed. I just thought that was something a little bit different, the ramblings of an OAP. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Normal service will soon be resumed, and thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you up soon.